Okay, no calculator. Find the value of cos x given that we know what sin x is. We're not asked to find x. We don't have to find the angle. We're calculating the value of cos x. Okay. We're going to start with sin x. Remember, the sine of an angle is just a number. So here it's 0.6. It can be just a number. What else can it be? It can be the ratio of side lengths of a right angled triangle, and sine is O over H. So I can represent that angle and that value of sine x as a relationship in a right angled triangle. So I need a hypotenuse of 5 and the opposite of 3. So clearly I'm thinking there's my x. Again, I don't care what the x is. It's just an angle. We don't have to find it. It's just the angle. And that would be the triangle that sine x equals 3/5 comes from. Okay, what's missing? We're missing this side length. We're going to use Pythagoras to work out that that is 4. If it wasn't a Pythagorean triple, you just have to use Pythagoras to work out whatever that number is, whatever surd it is. Okay. Now that we have that triangle, can we just see that cos x will just be the ratio of A on H? Here, A is 4 and H is 5. Job done. What's cos x? 4/5. I'm sort of lying, it's not really just 4/5, but that's the first sort of step. That's how easy that first step is. Let's think about it at a higher level. Clearly we've got this whole 3 over 5. There's my x and there's my 4. But you're going to say, hey, we don't really... x is not necessarily acute, because I can draw, this is actually a terminal ray, isn't it? I can draw that terminal ray there, where that's 3 and that's 5, or I can draw the terminal ray over there, where that's 3 and that's 5, and that can be x, or that can be x. And the sine of both of those x's is actually still 3/5. So we've got a bit of a problem. Is before in that first question we got that cos x was A over H, which is 4/5, didn't we? But hang on, that's for that solution, because cos is positive over there, but we have this possibility for x as well, given that sine x is 3/5. Well, if this is my angle, if that's my x, then cos x over there is actually minus 4/5. So we get two possible values of cos x. Therefore, cos x can be equal to positive or negative 4/5. Okay, so two possible answers. Guess what's coming up? Another way of doing it. So exactly the same question. Let's use the Pythagorean identity, where sine squared, do we want to say x or theta, equals 1. And we know that sine x is 3/5. So 3/5 squared plus cos squared x equals 1. 1 minus, and that will be 16/25. So therefore, cos x will be the square root of that, which is actually positive or negative 4/5. So we can use the Pythagorean identity to get the same answer, plus or minus 4/5. Okay. These are all variations of the same question. So you can't just look at that first one and go, yep, I've got that. You can't. You've got to look at it multiple ways. Okay, without a calculator. So here, we've got this added hint. Why is my pen not working? My pen's not working. My pen's now working. Okay, we've got this added hint to find what the value of cos x is. And you'll note before that we had the whole unit circle and we had there that x could be there or there. Well, with this added hint, we're told that x is between pi on 2 and 3 pi on 2, and we know that that's over here, so that's the x. So same question, but you've got to be able to interpret a domain restriction and go, therefore, you've got to include all this other working, but it limits the fact that now cos x can only be one value. It will actually be negative 4/5. Surely we can't do that again. Oh my gosh, how much fun is this going to be? Okay, we're going, there are my two values of x, and we know that sine x from those two is actually 3/5. That one's 3/5. And that one's 3/5. If that's my x, then cos will be 4/5. If that's my x, that's negative 4/5. Okay. Our hint here talks about tan x. So, we've got to find out what tan x is. We've got 3, 4, 5, and there's my x. So we've got O over A, 3/4 or 3/4. If this is my x, then tan will be positive. If this is my value of x, tan will be negative. Okay, so let's look at our hint. Tan x is smaller than cos x. Tan x is smaller than cos x. So 0.8, 0.75, negative 0.8, negative 0.75. So over here, cos x is actually smaller than tan x, and over here cos x is bigger than tan x, so we can narrow the field and go, this is the x we're talking about. That's the only x where tan x is smaller than cos x, so we can go, therefore cos x equals 4/5. Right, we are done, but you can see how something so simple, without a very thorough and clear understanding of trigonometry and being logical and sequential and rational about your problem-solving thinking, that these questions can get out of hand. So make sure you do as many as you can, please.